Hey, peace family. Just came from an African arts and cultural festival gala. It was an inaugural one. It's really, really nice. Just came from there. Obviously, you can still see them, still dressed family. So here we go. Doing a video for my phone. Yeah. I had a good time. It was the first annual one. Made some lovely connections. I got to switch brothers from Africa. Some people thought I was from Africa, which was great. So, nice builds and stuff. And talking about, I'm in the process of tracing. I was telling them I was in the process of tracing my lineage. So I was like, we'll find out, and what tribe and, all the above. But, with that said, something hit me and I just wanted to get it out, and I was just like, yeah, I guess I'll do a video. I said I'll do a video on it, just to see if it's more than just an individual situation or if it's something that is sorry, I just realized something needs to be charged, and or if it's something that could be universal. So, oops, sorry, y'all. So, with that said, this was going on, right? When I go to festivals like that, I expect to see all Afrocentric. You know what I mean? And it's confusing when I see people of the Caucasoid race there. So there was one and a female, and one thing, of course she sits next to me, when they first come in, and, fine, you want to sit next to me, fine, but why are you bothering me? Like, you know what I mean? Why are you touching on me? Why are you reaching over me? Why are you, doing things that I feel is like childish, I guess. So, I'm trying to scooch over, and then she has this friend that's with her that's, talking all with her. And I said, would you like to sit here? I asked her friend that, because why wouldn't you want to sit next to your friend? You don't have to reach over or anything like that. You can sit here and we can switch. And her friend was like, oh no, it's okay. She was just like, it's not a big deal. And what's your name? So she's like, oh, hi, and hi, fine. But, why reach over? Switch seats with me. It's not a big deal. So, for me, I don't really understand, yes, why certain people who are not part of our race and culture would be there, basking in it. But even if that's the case and they want to do what they do, fine, do what you do. But you don't have to associate with me in any way. And you don't have to do things that I feel is intentional and deliberate, like childish and picking at me or hitting me or like what is this? Are we in grade school? So something that popped in my mind was like, well, first off, why are you here? That's number one. Number two, you here, with fake boobs, okay, and you're here in the African garb. But one thing that really stood out was, why are you trying to act like you look better than the actual African or melanated people who's part of this culture? You look better in the garb than they do. Okay. You know what I mean? And that's when I was just like, okay, maybe you need to do a video on that, because where for one, why do they even want to show up at these events? I have no idea. And be the odd man out. I have no idea. But for two, and then picking at me even when I'm walking the hallway and other girls and laughing like we're back in high school, childish stuff. So I guess that's what you showed up for. To blow somebody's day or time or whatever it is, but, immaturity at its finest, but then still want to portray themselves as the superior race. Sure. But for two was the fact that you you're here to spoil, whatever good time or whatever we're using to connect with, or reconnect back with our roots. You know what I mean? And nobody's disrupting when it comes to their thing. When the Caucasoid race is doing what they do, whatever event they're in, if they're at their baseball games or whatever, I don't see people of my race show up and try to, stop them for whatever. When they're out there and they're doing whatever dance because they want to connect with their Irish roots, whatever background they have, whether they're German, Irish, I don't even care to go through it all. You would never catch me, for one, there. You mean? I'm not going to the hay dance or whatever, the line dance or whatever. You know what I mean? What they do, the jitterbug, whatever that is. I'm not going there. That's number one. Number two, I'm definitely not going there to spoil your time. You know what I mean? Because I don't get nothing out of that. And number three, I'm not going there and I'm not going to, dabble in your culture and then pretend that I am more your culture than you are. That's not possible. You mean? So if you picturing a Caucasoid in pretty much the garb that I have on and want to portray herself as if she's more Afrocentric or more melanated than I could be, I was like, where do they do that at? So, that was just something that I guess, that was just on my mind, and I just had to speak on, even regards to some of the, there was another event going on, and I seen some swirlers and stuff like that there, and I said, keep in mind, because I get a lot of people who I guess we consider sellouts, giving me hell, and I said, listen, I'm not the only one that is pro her race. White people pro their race. There's a lot of white people who don't want to see y'all together. There's a lot of extremists who don't want to see y'all together. There's a lot of extremists that give shits, like even this thing I just seen a picture of where they vandalized his brother car, and obviously he's dating a white woman, and they told him, die nigger, come outside so we can hang you, stay with your own kind. And I said, like I said, I'm not the only one who, who's pro her race, but I'm not pro my race to the extreme. These Caucasoids out here, a lot of them are pro their race to the extreme to where they will kill you. So being the fact that you want to have a hate or anger towards me, realize that maybe you should be having that hate and anger towards the next man as well, because you know what I mean, theirs is so bad to where they trying to kill you. So before you want to keep always so quick to just keep knocking black, that's what I noticed is that some dudes wake up. It's like earlier when I was in the gym and this brother, I use that loosely, came in. Right off the bat, I could smell that he was with a Caucasoid. I was like, yes, you're with a Caucasoid. This is why you come in already with a chip on your shoulder and looking at me as your enemy. A female, I might add. You know what I mean? Because I cannot stand that bitch type shit when you got dudes who are aggressive with women. This is when I started realizing that you got a lot of bitch and niggas nowadays. There's a lot of bitch in them. They're not really that masculine men no more. Because if they was a masculine man, they would have balls for another man. There's black men out here that's not a fan of swirling. But I don't see these quote-unquote sellouts, not even, I was going to say brothers, but I was going to say, but I'm not even going to say brothers, I'm going to just say sellouts. So I don't see these sellouts got no moxie for another black man who don't want to see you together. But you got moxie for a black woman. And that's the bitch that I'm starting to see in a lot of these dudes. But, these sellout dudes. But, did off that. And I said to myself, so you got all this aggression towards me because you mad because I'm a person who comes out on video and say, pro my race, not for swirling, not for, kissing ass. I'm not going to kiss the ass. I understand that. You want to kiss his ass, by all means, kiss his ass and enjoy it. You know what I mean? And then do you, but don't force us all to do it. Everybody don't want to defend him. Everybody don't want to come to his defense. Everybody's not caught up in the crumbs that they getting. Everybody's not caught up in that secondhand privilege. So, because you are, more power to you. But we have the right to speak out what we don't like and what we disagree with. We have the right to do that. So, you know what I mean? And people want to get upset with you regardless, and they want to defend, you know, like women and all this, and, you know, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's not a competition here. There's no battle because there is no competition between the black woman, the black goddess, and the cave monkey, you know, the cave, you know, dog. There is no comparison at all. And people can't sit there and say that, oh, why are you calling them a dog? Because they are. This is the fur that they wearing on their head. Whatever you want to call that string or that fur or whatever that is. You know what I mean? And the fact that you have sex with, oops, sorry family, the fact that you have sex with dogs, like, is that a wake up? Is that the call right there? I don't know what human is attracted to dogs, willing to have sex with them. So, you know, let's check that. The fact that R.H. Reese's monkey do apply. The fact that they crawled out of caves do apply. Like, we ain't saying something that ain't true and ain't in history. It ain't documented. So, melanoma do exist. There's pheomelanin do exist. There's a lot of different things that do exist. Neanderthal do exist. And what kills me is that people always got a problem when the black person say it, but they never got a problem when the white person say it. Tim Wise can say it, Jane Elliott can say it, Kyle Secura can say it. All these different white people for years been coming out and saying it, Neanderthal, everything under the sun, all these scientists, all this shit I can see, you can even see on YouTube. You mean? You can see all this, but nobody got a problem with the white, only when we say it. Nobody got a problem when the white people come out and admit it though. So, we come out and say we agree with swirling. Knock the black person. Don't knock the white people say it. Don't knock the extremists either. The KKK and all the extremists that's willing to fucking put you on the noose. See, that's the difference between me and this Caucasoid. I ain't got the power to put a noose on your neck. I wouldn't do that shit. But see how you lot of you swirlers and you sellouts and shit got the balls to come into the gym and be all aggressive towards the black woman who don't have the power to actually murder you, to exterminate you. So I said, so while you kissing ass to the white race, let them know that the next time you profiled it, you pulled over. That goes for the coon who wanted to come from the gym. That goes for the sellouts. Excuse me, stop saying the word coon. That goes for the sellouts on YouTube, on social media. That go for the sellouts in person. That go for the sellouts everywhere. The next time the pig pull you over and profile you and pull you, oh, because you already get profiled. I don't give a damn how much you want to put out there on social media. You know it and I know it. You still get profiled and you still will be. So, the next time you get profiled, tell them, hey, I defend you on social media. Let's see how far that gets you. Let's see where that gets you. So, and that's real talk. So, you know, this was just something that I just had to get out, like, just real quick. You know what I mean? I just had to mention that shit. You know, even in regards to the person being at the festival earlier. You know what I mean? And the shit was bugging me out. Like, I'm tripping. I'm bugged out. Because I don't understand where this is coming from, you know, in regards to me just trying to be there and connect my roots and all that. And the connections I made was great. You know what I mean? But, you know, and I still did that regardless because that's what I had to weigh. Because even when the chick was testing me and certain shit, you know what I mean? And even me trying to be spiritual and be at peace and be more positive, no lie. First thought that ran well, not the first thought, but a thought that ran through my head, I was like, girl, it's a test, right? It's a test. You can either breathe deep, breathe in that good ass prana, woo side, and say, you know what I mean? Be spiritual. It's not you. Don't let this person take his energy away from you. Be about here. Be about your people. Be here for your people. Show your people your love. And I'm out there, family, and we all there above, and it was all working, and all the building connections in Africa and all the above. Some people thought it was from there. Great. Or I said, You can go back to your street self real quick. Take that fur, that string, whatever she called that hair, and mop this fucking floor away. Like, you hear me? But I was like, no. I took the high road, on the high frequency. Woosah. You know what I mean? And that's just what it was. But, at times, just because you're trying to see it, doesn't mean I can still go back into that lower street frequency here. So, and, I mean? So, but no, I'm glad I took the high road. That was a test probably from the ancestors, and they was like, pass, girl. We gave you the peace. We gave you the $200. And you ain't got to go directly to jail, man. You can pass go and all that. So they gave me 2 hours. They passed. It was just great. You know what I mean? So, and I just knew if I would have fired, they would have said, do not pass go. You know what I mean? Go directly to all that. So, boom. And it's just what it was. But this was just something that was still on my mind, like, after the fact. Like, after I came home, and I was just like, what was her point? And then, after all the building at the festival, getting lit, who's driving? African brother. Talking about he do trips to Africa each and every year. Talking about he want me to come along his trip. Giving me his contact information, everything. So I said, where are you from? You look like you from Africa. I was like, I was like, this is what he was saying over there. But I was like, well, we don't know yet. Because we tracing that lineage right now. And I was like, we doing this even prior to the trip to Africa. So, we can dig up them roots. That's what it's about. It's all great learning about our collective ancestors and all the beauty and love, but it's nothing more than like the power of yourself, just knowing who you are and where you coming from and your direct lineage, your tribe, and all of your above. So, Black Power, I can't wait to, as I'm finding this out, kit coming in the mail, like, it's just great. So, and it's just going to continue. But, and I'm just going to continue regardless, even if the caucus always want to be, they ain't going to stop my flow. Like, no, it's like they ain't stopping today. But it was just certain shit. And then when I was like leaving certain shit, and I was just like, listen, let me filter it. Because I was like, wow. You know what I mean? So it was just a lot. And then the only thing was just like, you know what I mean? You trying to get attention, but didn't want to give that, and didn't have to, and didn't give it to him. But when you actually try to show up like you're more Afrocentric, so, and I was like, wow, where we do that at? So now, next thing you know, I'm gonna be at the fucking, hold down, with a fucking straw hat on. Doing the Mosey do, or whatever the fuck they do, that shit where they go back and forth, or they hit them ankle, type dumb shit. And I was like, and I would be out that bitch acting more fucking hold down to her. Like, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, can you imagine? Shit. So, be more country than her and shit. Like, with my cowboy hat and boots on. Like, alright. Talking about giddy up. Like, sorry. But, that was just something I had to get out real quick. I need to get to sleep, man. I don't even know. I just came home and I was just like, let me speak on this real quickly. You tell them still like, true, because I'm still confused by it all. Shocking, and I'm trying to smile it through. So yeah, funny. But in regards to the ones, like I said, the sellouts and all that, there's a reason that they're sellout. So obviously they like doing it, but it's just the bitch in them. The bitch that I'm seeing in it is just like too much. Too much bitch. But anyway, I'm gonna end it on that note. If y'all want to see more of me, I'm posting some videos on Instagram and stuff on a little bit of the festival. Got drumming and dancing and African, fashion show, and I mean, it was just really nice. A lot of different things, the honorary award ceremony, and all the above. A lot of elders, and even I think they said the sister-in-law to Dr. Martin Luther King, and which was great. She got honored, and it's great. She actually kind of looked like my grandma a little bit. And I love hearing from the elders. I was just in the black-owned nail salon that I go to, and I was just in there with an elderly brother, and he was talking about his days working and marching with Dr. King, and he was talking about certain situations he was in Georgia and Florida. And even with the pigs and stuff, and, you know, being told, you know, when they was calling him boy, and, you know, how he had, you know, a gun shoved down his throat, and, you know, just all of that, you know, just fighting on behalf of, you know, our rights here and equality. So, you know, and I was like, wow, you never know who you meet. You never know who you run into. You never know nobody's story in their past when you just getting your toes done. You know what I mean? Just getting a pedicure and getting your feet, you know, on done, you know, on top, you know, and staying on top of that and your health. And, you know, and you happen to be in there, and, you know, even when I was leaving, I was telling him, I was like, it was nice meeting you, you know, nice listening to you and everything. And he was talking about his grandmother, and I was like, wow, she seemed to be a very wise woman, you know, because he was talking about how he still can talk to her, even having his altar up, which, you know, we know is true here. So I was just really respecting it. So, and even the people today, you know, it's just been a lot of different people. Even I just met somebody a few days ago who's getting into fashion manufacturing. So I was like, wow, man, see how I was like, how you just build, you just talking, you know what I mean? So it's great. It's been great. It's been powerful. It's been good. It's been positive. It's been a lot of love. You know what I mean? And this is what it's about, you know, the building, making the connections and all the above, you know, even while I'm just starting school. Because I told him, I said, it ain't about waiting until I finish and then do it. It's about getting into the work now. So by the time I get that certificate, boom, y'all, I'm already doing it. So, and they like, definitely. So I was like, it's about doing all that, you know what I mean? And just speaking with the people and all the love. So, and being about family and feeling that energy, you know what I mean? And praying and just connecting together. So, and having that brotherhood and sisterhood that we say that is so crucial and that we want, that we seek. So, and that's all I'm about. You know what I mean? Real talk, 100%. That's all I want to show, and that's all I want to be about. So, like I said, I'm going to end it on that little piece of love. Thanks everybody who tuned in, everybody who going to watch. Thanks you all for just tuning into your sister and watching me. You know, I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. You know, I just want us to all come together. All be one, be unified, you know what I mean? Strictly be about the family that we say that we are, you know, and strictly be about liberation. That's it, boots on the ground, activists, you know, putting in the work, doing for ourselves, continuously growing, continuously evolving, continuously elevating, and continuously pulling up the next man or, you know, woman, the next brother or sister, reaching out, reaching back, you know, reaching up. You know what I mean? And, you know, but we got to strictly be about us, though. We got to put us first. We got too much to restore, too much work to do. Before we can think about anybody else, it's got to be black first. And black always got to be first. And once we get ourselves on point and strong, then we can focus on everything else, or anyone else. But let's strictly be about us. So, and y'all can check out the outfit one more time, family. And peace and love. And keep hands up, keep boots on the ground.